Okay, guys, understand the only hard part, complicated, is when I'm trying to cut on this area right here because it's nearby the 2x2, the one across in the back, and the one right here in the front. Well, I'm only worried about the one in the back because when I cut from the outside, I gotta be careful before it gets hit. Even though I got it scratched and cut and hit a little bit right there, you can see from me cutting on the outside. And the line, I gotta check the line again because it's not really straight like what I wanted, but it's getting closer. I'm not really worried about this side because the only thing I'm worried is just that 2x2. I'm just gonna be careful when I cut on the outside not to cut it in here. So, and that's about it. Just gotta cut across from here and stop right there, and then I can replace that area right there on the siding. But right now I'm on this siding, so notice that you gotta understand, uh, cutting it from the outside after I measure and everything before I make a good line to cut it, as you can see here. um, and then I find out one of this 2x2 is molding too. You see that? Yeah, I might have to change this one because it's just a little piece right there. um, I mean, if it's not too hard, then I can take it out and I'll change it. But notice here, after I cut two lines, 1, 2 from down here, then I got another line. I was thinking about cutting 4 lines to be even with the other holes that I have, because I've been cutting like 4 lines at a time. But I can change 1 or 2 line at a time too if it's necessary. Like in this situation here, I need to change just 1 line because look what happened when I try to replace 4 lines. Everything is about experience. So after I measure the line and cut the 4 line, I end up cutting all 4 lines and it goes to here, but it's not necessary because you know why? Because it's really hard to replace just this 1 line over here. This piece right here is very hard because you know why? Because it has RTV glues and it has this 2x2 hammer in, so there's gonna be impossible, no way you're gonna you can replace this 1 line right here of the wood. Okay, so avoid replacing this line. Okay, I'm just gonna replace this one right here. So if you do come to this situation, just cut up into here and replace this line of the siding only, and then of course the other two too. But look what happened. It's really easy when I just cut this one instead of this one, because if I cut it this one and I try to take out this line of the siding board, it's gonna be really impossible. Then I have to take out everything, this 2x2, and it's gonna be a mess, and it's gonna be really hard too. So I just cut up into here, and look, it's easier to take it out too. Well, after like this saw, it can cut across here and all down here, but it cannot finish it. Like it will stop like right here. So I have to use my reciprocating saw, which is that saw right there, and just finish it up from the inside. Because it's really easy to use the reciprocating saw to saw it up and down. So I went inside and just finish it up on that piece. Finish up on cutting through that line right here. So this piece is easy to come off now. See that? I mean, all I gotta do now is just clean it up. There's no nail. There will be no nail involved when I, cut these siding right here, these pieces. But there will be nail when I take out this 2x2 and hammer in, some of the siding to replace it. Like that 2x2 will be replaced too, and you can see there's nails, so I can nail my siding on that 2x2. So the same thing with the other siding over there on the right side. Let me go inside and let you guys see. Um, so from the inside, it's gonna be the left side. Okay, this side right here. Same thing. Okay. So I'm gonna go outside and measure this line if I wanted to replace like you know, starting from this line over, I gotta measure it and draw a line over. If I'm gonna replace it about more than a feet long, high. You see that? So next thing is always gonna be next. I'm gonna finish this side over here too by getting a marker from the outside, just like what I did with uh, this left side over here. You know, I ended up drawing the line with the marker and then cut it. I'm gonna cut it from the outside, okay? I'm not gonna cut it from the inside because I mean it's easier to cut it from the outside if that's 2x2 like this. And yeah, so I can avoid this 2x2 if I cut it from the outside. And this side is easier, guys. It's only one 2x2 standing right here, so I just gotta kind of go easy with the blade when I cut it into this part right here. You know, I just started with the line right here already. I just gotta avoid after going about a few inches with my saw, and then after 2 inches, then I can just go ahead and go straight across, cutting it with the drawing line from the outside. So the same technique I'm gonna use is using that saw after I draw a line and cut it, and I'm gonna use this saw to start from the outside to get my my top and bottom lines. Like I already started here, and I saw it, and I went outside and saw the blade, and I know where it stops, so I can draw a top to the bottom line. Let me go outside and show you guys how it looks. How I'm gonna draw from top to the bottom, the line from the top to the bottom. See that? That's the saw right there. And I need to go over a little bit more just to get in the right to the right line, the right line of this wood siding here. So I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it like right there, just to be inside of the line right there. Okay. So this is not. I gotta go over a little bit to get to the line of the siding, and then just gotta know where I want to stop, because by then I'll know my line. My line should be somewhere right there. Go over here and stop like somewhere right there. I got my top line. Then I'm just gonna cut from the bottom up here to up here. And there I got this piece off. You see this piece right here? It's a 4-piece line too. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm cut it all out, okay? So you see how dirty it is? How mold it is? Yeah, definitely it's a good, well now it's gonna be replaced, so there it is. That's all, guys. I'm coming back. And another thing is about this line, overcutting. Later on, after I replace the siding over here, then of course I'm gonna nail it, and then I'm gonna put RTV, you know, glue or something, RTV to seal it up. So yeah. So my next thing is to cut that left side of the siding after I draw over there, and then I'm gonna replace this 2x2. I'm gonna replace this 2x2 first, like maybe up to like a feet high, because it's like really molded. Like from the outside here, I see I might have to cut it all the way up here, replace this whole piece right there, and then of course replacing this 2x2 over here too. That's another 2x2. Yeah. Oh well, this is not one piece, guy. I thought it was one piece. I mean, it's not 2-piece. I thought it's 2-piece, but it's not. So this is one piece. So if I'm gonna replace, I'm gonna like end up cutting like right there, like all the way around here, to avoid this right here, this 2x2. Or I might not need to replace, because it's just a little rotten right there on the outside. You see that? Just that little rotten. So Might not need to replace it. All I need is just to replace the siding, and it should be no more damp and water and mold after that. So, okay guys, I'm getting to work. See you again.